What's up, everyone? How everyone is feeling today? Welcome back to another live stream. Excited to see everyone, how everyone is feeling today. And yes, we are literally building or starting building, that wrapper around browser testing for past PHP. So I do have some news though to give you. The first one, my Lightning is broken. So I don't know the brand of the Lightning I have bought for my live streams, but it's literally broken, so I need a new one. So today when I was literally turning on the lights for this live stream, the Lightning didn't work anymore. So what I will do is tomorrow I will be in this special place literally to buy those new Lightnings for the live stream. That's broken, but yeah, we're going old school here with literally the only light I have on this room right here. Excited to see everyone, how everyone is feeling today. Agent, welcome to the live stream. Duca, 10 as well. Mora, EOGel as well. CVT Mal, welcome to the live stream. Excited to see you again. What's up, Arthur? Nice to see you again. This library will be literally browser testing for past PHP, which I'm gonna start today, but I want to see like how far I can go today. Hopefully I have a POC ready today, but if I feel it's good enough on the following days, it might end up being like the next big thing on past PHP, basically. I don't think Lonely Wolf Software is saying, I bet this library will be called Prang. I don't think this will have a special name. Will be basically just a built-in feature on past PHP. So potentially, if we end up having very good browser testing on past PHP, this will be used a little bit like Dusk, basically. So you just come here and you type browse to this URL and bam, that's it. So will be built as a separate package, but it will be available by default on past 4. So I don't want to like install a separate package or even have to think about that. Will just be available on past PHP by default. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like it's a little bit like the architectural plugin where in theory is a separate package, like the code base is modular, built aside from past, but it's just included by default on past PHP. If it's small enough, this is something I need to think about, you know what I mean? But yeah, excited about this. My voice is still bad after Amsterdam, so I hope you guys forgive me about that. Yeah, I'm putting a small pause on Panstorm, and I think potentially if I end up bringing Panstorm back for the live streams, it will be using Laravel 12 in the new starter kits. I feel like the new starter kits will give me like the boost I need for that project. And yes, is a Playwright wrapper, at least today I'm building, or starting to build. Pathwright now will be just a new plugin. ACM, you didn't follow the latest live streams? That's fine. So basically, as you guys may well know, I publish kind of the highlight of any stream I do. So yesterday I've published this video, which basically is an 8 minutes video about yesterday's live stream. And it contains everything like I have tried about Playwright. And I promise you, we will be surprised. Like some of the things I have found here, are actually crazy. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. So this thing is mind-blowing. You can literally drag a slider and see why your test suite is like a regression, basically. Oh my god. Let's remove the... So for example, here I'm going to remove this text small in this relaxed customizer of the font, and watch this. Let's remove the text SM relaxed, okay? Something really small, which, for our own eyes probably would be difficult. For snapshot testing, hopefully, will be easier. This is really cool. You guys see like the difference between before and after? I think this is just awesome if you can bring this for PHP, basically. That's my goal today, you know what I mean? Arthur, nice to see you. Charlie French boy, welcome back, dude. Nice to see you. Keelir, welcome to the live stream, first time chat. If you don't know me, my name is Nunu, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do, and I stream every single day at 9 p.m. on my Twitch and YouTube channel. Oh, Drippin' Castle, thank you for those words, dude. How you doing, Pick and Flow? Nice to see you again. How is doing your day, by the way? Jigal, nice to see you. Clem, nice to see you. Patricio as well, nice to see you. How you doing? Ben James, welcome to live stream. Constantine Ross, nice to see you, dude. How you doing? Sebastian, nice to see you as well. GT Smith, how you doing, dude? Yeah, for the lightning, I will need some help. If you guys have ideas like regarding lightning, maybe go to my Discord channel or just send me a message on Twitter. Tell me like what I should buy, basically, lightning wise. Because this light I have bought, like it's, you know, end up being used for a month only, so probably I should have bought something more better, basically, you know. Yeah, we definitely, I also agree with you, GT Smith, we definitely need something that just works, okay? So my goal as API for people is that they install Past just like normal, you know what I mean? And the first time they use any kind of browser-related feature, something like this, I will install Playwright behind the scenes for them, so you don't have to deal with that. And I will just run browser tests without any dependencies whatsoever. So everything will be installed on vendor like normally, without any problems, you know what I mean? That's my goal. But again, yeah, I mean, today the goal is to build a POC and think about the problems afterwards, you know? I don't want to overcomplicate. Duka-chan, I definitely have the plan of adding a -- compact to type coverage. I think it's already open, the pull request, by the way. I love some cozy coding. That's awesome, man. All right, folks, let's get started, okay? So the only thing I have done so far is type git clone past plugin template, which is kind of a project I have already. So I can start already with something that looks like a plugin for past. This is something simple, like a regular PHP package that has, you know, the source directory, also have the tests, .github for our GitHub actions, and you also have, you know, the typical stuff we have on the regular package. I don't think I ever actually explained you a little bit how typically packages are structured, at least the ones I use. So maybe let's start with that today. I want to explain you a little bit how typically I structure my packages in terms of root foldering, at least. So obviously on the all the way top, we have our git or .git folder, which contains obviously all the workflows I need for my CI, but also some information about the funding. Because of course, sometimes people like to actually help the original maintainer of these packages. Then we have the source directory, which contains obviously all the code of my project. And then we have the test directory, which contains all of the tests of my library. Now, sometimes people literally think that packages should always be like this, containing the source directory and the test directory in a separate folder. However, let me tell you something. There is a bunch of languages that contain tests in source code in the same file. This is something that a lot of people are used to, but if you go to another other languages, sometimes you see like literally the source code right here, and just below they have the tests. Like, just like that, as simple as that. Have you guys seen this already? I know, for example, that Rust gives you this possibility. Have you guys seen anything like this already or not? Spokes, welcome to the live stream, dude. Nice to see you. Oh, by the way, I have a Udi from Laracon EU. Watch this. It's a cool one, right? It's extra size as well, so I'm super comfortable. I like to be with this kind of t-shirts. Hoodies, I mean. There we go. Lone Wolf Software is saying, yes, I've seen those tests, you know, mixed sourcing tests a couple of times. I'm not sure if I like that. Yeah, it's something that typically people are not used to, but definitely a thing in some languages. I can tell you that. You know what I mean? Esteban, this is about Playwright. That's exactly what we are doing. We are literally wrapping Playwright for past PHP. How is it in Livewire, Adrian? I'm actually curious. Loki, welcome to live stream. Nice to see you again, dude. How you doing? I personally am used to have source in tests in different folders, okay? I'm so used to that. It's kind of difficult to even think about something else, to be honest. You know what I mean? Anyways, once we have our source in test directory, we obviously have the vendor, which is the equivalent of node modules in PHP. Kind of simple, but then we have this .editor configuration. Not a lot of people know about this, but this is literally just general instructions that every editor will understand about your project. Like one of them, for example, in PHP is that we like to see the addend size of 4. And we also like to addend with a space. So kind of helps with that, you know what I mean? We obviously have our Git attributes, which is basically all the files that should not be exported once people install this package in their dependencies. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give you an example. If people are doing composer require your own library, something you don't want to see on people's projects is information like the .github, or potentially the README, for example, or the changelog. This type of information does not need to go to the vendor of people's applications. So when you don't want that, you kind of detail all the files here that needs to be ignored when people are requiring this package through Composer. You know what I mean? This package right here is the skeleton of my past plugins. Exactly. Obviously, at the end, I have the git ignore, which contains everything I want to ignore in not version, for example, the vendor folder. Composer.json, equivalent of package.json in JavaScript, contains all my dependencies, of course. Contributing.md allows to basically instruct people how exactly they can contribute to my project. License.md to specify how exactly what is the license of my project. Now, that is something really important that a lot of people don't think about, but when you are doing open source, you need to see the licenses of the packages you are using behind the scenes. I'm going to give an example. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, some of the dependencies you use require you to follow their licenses, which might be the case with Playwright. We need to check that. Scabols is saying, would be nice to see your skeleton for Laravel package, or my even accessible. Yeah, I mean, I have my own PHP package skeleton, which you can find in my own GitHub account. But obviously, I don't think it would be that different if I were to build it for Laravel only, you know what I mean? Obviously, PHP stand, which I'm not sure if is PHP stand v1 or v2. We need to double check. PHP unit.xml file, which contains my instructions, how I like to have my PHP unit structured. README.md, which in the case of past PHP will be a very simple one, which proxies the users to the documentation. And finally, I have my rector.php, which again, I'm not sure if it's updated. So the first thing I'm going to do on this project is clear my terminal, just like that, and kind of have everything up to date. So I'm gonna go here into my tool windows terminal using PHP Storm, the best editor in the world. You guys know that, right? So I'm gonna type here composer install. Do I have done that already? I think I did. There we go. And then I'm going to type composer outdated to see how outdated I am at the moment regarding my dependencies. And oh boy, I am a little bit outdated. I can see that. I also need to do a git init indeed. How many of you have already built a library? I'm actually curious about that. Like, how many of you actually have already started a library yourself and publish it? If you have done it already in the past, just say yes. If you haven't, say no. I'm actually curious about this. Driven Castle is asking, what was that command again? You mean this command? It's called composer outdated. It's actually pretty cool. You can literally type composer outdated on the console and you get access to see all of the outdated dependencies. And obviously here, for example, I'm using PHP Stand v1 instead of PHP Stand v2. So this is kind of the first thing I'm going to tackle, kind of putting these dependencies up to date. It's exactly the same as npm outdated, indeed. So I see that a bunch of people haven't built a library, okay? Not have to build a library is not something like problematic at all. It's not something that you have to do, obviously, because it's not that important if you are, you know, for building applications. However, it does comes a little bit with its own science, let's say. Things like Git attributes, for example, is something that typically you don't have to think about, but if you are a package author, you kind of have to, you know what I mean? You're welcome, Drippin' Castle. Nice to see you here again, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but it's totally normal. Like, I see that a bunch of you have built, but a bunch of you haven't, which is perfectly fine. You know, it's not something you have to do. But yeah, that being said, let's start with updating some of these dependencies. I'm gonna type here, actually I'm gonna type nothing at all. I'm gonna go here into my composer.json and ensure that I'm using PHP Stan v3 or v2. Why I'm installing though, let me type here composer update. Okay. Why would I be getting... Oh, okay, got you. I need to basically specify that I want past dev dependencies 3.0. And why I'm not getting in them, though? Let's see. Interesting. There we go. Now I'm getting PHP Stand v2, which is exactly what I wanted. And yeah, this should just work. How about if I type now vendor bin PHP Stan? Okay, apparently I'm still using the old version of my PHP Stan.neon, and I don't have access to this extension, which does not come by default with PHP Stan 1.0. So let's run again. I also don't need anymore these two. Check missing iterable type, which comes by default, but also check generic class on non-generic object type, which also comes by default. Okay, so I have here an information that my trait with the name past plugin name example is used 0 times and is not analyzed. So this is kind of expected because I'm not using yet this given thing. So I'm going to keep it simple for now and not touch on this. Camus, have you started using Laravel actions? You mean the pattern or a given package? Because actually I've been thinking about also building you know, some sort of package just for Laravel actions or just for actions, because I do have a few edge cases that I want to tackle a little bit. You know what I mean? The package, interesting. There is a Laravel actions package. I haven't recommended that package because I don't even know what that package is about. So I know the actions pattern. I don't know this package. Okay, so I haven't recommended this package. It might be good. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this package is about. I'm sorry about that. It might be cool, actually. I just don't know about that. Okay. Vijay is saying, thank you for inspiring me to write tests in the Laravel app. I recently started learning tests for the app. Thank you, love from India. Oh my God, that's good to hear. Thank you, man. It's overkill, you guys think? Interesting. Yeah. I would have to explore. Maybe we are going to do a live stream about this. Do you guys know the author of this? Do I know the author even? Who is the author of this? Loris Leva. Well, the package is definitely popular. 2.6K installate GitHub stars, which is definitely popular, right? Yeah, just be mindful that I don't know what this package is about, by the way. It might be cool or not, I don't know. Yeah, the traditional way of package like actions is literally having a simple class that performs the logic of your code. That's it. Exactly, Adrian, exactly. But maybe there is like some nice cool stuff on this package that we don't know. You know what I mean? Okay, I think I'm gonna remove this for now. Oh, do I want to remove this? I'm gonna name this to do potentially. Yeah, there we go. That way I can make PHP Stan happy. Oh, it's actually was actually being used. So why were you complaining? Jesus Christ. Oh, was being used by my test suite. Interesting. What I think I will do though is just include this rule on my phpstan.neon. So I know that I can type here ignore errors, I think. They have changed a little bit the format on phpstan v2 of ignoring errors. So let's type here phpstan2 ignore errors. They now accept something called an identifier, I think. Identifier. Yeah, there we go. This is what I want to do. So I want to ignore any trait unused. This for now. We are going to level up max as well, which is pretty cool. Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, a lot of controllers probably wouldn't make a lot of sense, right? But maybe like I do see some nice ideas regarding Laravel actions that potentially could make sense. Like, for example, something I had the need in the past is dispatch an action, which I know behind the scenes will fire a bunch of events because they are nested. So I had the need of dispatching an action silently, you know what I mean? So maybe there is already a way of doing that on Laravel easily but I wanted to kind of dispatch an action that does not broadcast events, basically. You know what I mean? Carlos, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you again, man. How you doing? Barrento, welcome. How you doing, dude? Michaela, yes, I'm using my webcam from my MacBook, indeed. Works pretty cool. I mean, I thought a little bit about buying a webcam, but nothing is more convenient than my own webcam of my laptop. It's really right there. It just works. The lightning, it's broken today, but tomorrow will be cool. Rodizio, welcome to live stream. How you doing, dude? Nice to see you. Okay, how are we here? Invalid combination of tabs and spaces. Ooh, okay. How about now? The heck? Line 9 would be here. So this is definitely spaces here as well. Line 10, which is this one. Okay, let's go to the docs. It's definitely like this though. Oh, okay. So basically this. The heck? Okay, I'm gonna copy this entire deal. There we go. Okay, this should be good, right? Do you guys know what's happening, by the way? Feels like we write Python. Hey Varandas, how you doing? Okay, folks, does anyone know what's happening here and why I cannot ignore a simple error with PHP Stan? It's telling me the following. Okay, let's read this. Invalid combination of tabs and spaces on line 9. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. How about now? Okay, now line 10. I think it's a problem with copying, basically. Now on line 11. Probably do this, I think. There we go. All right, now it's passing as expected. So we have PHP Stan passing as expected. Do we have Pint in place? Yes, we do. Cool. Do we have Rector PHP in place? Oh boy, it's thinking. Yes, we do as well. Already using up to PHP 8.2 with code quality, removing that code, early return, type declaration, privatization, all the cool stuff. We have made live streams about Rector, about PHP Stan. If you don't know what these tools are about, go to my YouTube channel, okay? Oh, thank you, Pick and Flow. I appreciate that that tip. Thank you, man. Oh, Vitor, thank you, man. How you doing, dude? It's been a while. We don't see each other, right? Okay, let's type vendor bin passed, which is not passing, obviously, because we have done some mistakes here. Let's just do this to ignore this test. Now it's kind of okay-ish. Let's run the entire test suite. And it's indeed passing as expected. So this is good enough. Let's start working a little bit on the metadata of this package. So I was thinking, I need your help here, okay? I need your help, folks. So if we go to the past PHP documentation today, obviously the way we are naming some of the plugins of past PHP, they are quite simple, to be honest. So if I go to type coverage, for example, this is past plugin type coverage, which is immediately easy to understand what this plugin is about. It's about to literally measure the types or the amount of types you have in your code. If I go, for example, to stress testing, I do have as well past plugin stress, which kind of tells me a little bit what this package is about. If I go to mutation testing, which I think it's by default, but it's called also as well mutation testing. So we have a couple of options here. I think the option or the best one would be just type past plugin browser. But do you guys have any other ideas? Okay, Adrian is telling me, all right, let's type here a few ideas. Past plugin, end-to-end, past plugin, browser. What else do we have, folks? Ooh, past plugin browser testing. I don't think we needed testing there, but yeah, what more we have? Camus is saying past plugin playwright. So one of the reasons why I don't want to use playwright on the name is for two reasons, really. The first one is that I would be coupling this particular plugin or feature to a specific engine, which might change over time. But also, I don't think everyone knows playwright. You know what I mean? Plugin like a human. Past plugin front end. Could be a good one indeed. Front end. Let's type that one. There we go. It's kind of the engine behind the scenes. Exactly, Barento. Yeah, the playwright name, it's not okay. So this is kind of a back-end thing. People will never see this anyway, but you know, we like to have things like cool behind the scenes. Let's maybe go for browser. Are you guys okay with that if I go for browser for now? We can always rename this in the future. But are you guys okay if I do like a browser at the moment? Okay, most of you are saying yes, so I think I'm gonna move forward with past plugin browser, okay? So let's do that. Let's go to composer.json and name this to past plugin browser. And let's ChatGPT to recomplete the rest. Past plugin to test browser interactions. Cool, cool, cool. This will be browser at the end. MIT, PHP 8.2 yet. This will change to past 4, by the way, okay? What else do we have here? We have Rector, blah, 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 all the cool stuff. This should be enough. We need to go to the README and also change this to browser as well. And once this is done, I can just git add everything. So we don't have a repo, so I need to create a repo. So let's go here to our new repository and name this past plugin browser. So this will live on the past organization. And the description though, check here real quick. Other descriptions that I may have, for example, for the architectural testing. Ooh, the description is really simple. Okay. Let's type here past arch browser plugin. There we go. So this will be public. We do everything public as usual. You guys can contribute. Don't forget about that, all right? Let's create the repo. I know that a bunch of you are pros on Oh my god, why would you say that? Barrento is saying past plugin retire dust. Oh my god. I think you meant dusk, but yeah, it's fun though. But yeah, we have this. We can literally just go here and copy the git, the .git at least. Go to our repo here and type git clone with past plugin browser. Let's do that real quick. Jump into the created folder and move this step all the way down to the original folder and remove this created folder real quick. There we go. We should be now on the fresh new project. I'm going to just add everything and just type the following feat first commit. Okay. Bam, bam, boom. It's pushed. If I go here into my repo, I should have pretty much everything as a first commit. I'm going to send you the repo so you guys can be the first one starting this repo on GitHub. There we go, there we go. Electronic cache, I'm literally building browser testing or making it more accessible for PHP developers. The goal is port or wrap, let's say, playwright from JavaScript. So I kind of want to have that on PHP world with some nice goodies for the Laravel framework, basically, like seeding the database with some fake data, allowing us to use as well multiple Laravel databases for parallel testing. So I want all of that on PHP, you know what I mean? Ethan is saying, how come PHP Insights is no longer maintained? Because I don't use it, you know? If you guys want to maintain PHP Insights, go for it, you know? I have added a few maintainers, but I mean, you guys have no idea that so many people ask me, can I be the maintainer of this package? And I say yes, and suddenly they don't do anything. So yeah, I just simply don't use PHP Insights anymore, and that's the reason why it's no longer maintained. So if I type PHP Insights, I know the package have like a couple thousand GitHub stars. There you go, 5.4K, which is kind of a big number, but I simply don't use this package anymore, you know? Oh, there you go. I didn't even know that we had this, basically. So this package is no longer actively maintained. Use it at your own risk. If you are willing to maintain this package, please reach out to Nuno Maduro, create an issue stating your interest. It's a cool package, you know. I simply don't use it, basically. Oh, got you. Thanks for asking, though. But yeah, this is a package that literally uses a bunch of other packages behind the scenes, builds this beautiful output, but have like 8 million downloads. This is actually crazy. Like 8 million downloads is a big number, but I simply don't use this package anymore. People still use it, it's still growing, which is mind-blowing. But yeah, I simply don't use this package. If you guys want to maintain this, be my guest, okay? Okay, folks, let's move forward. So we do have the package in place, we have testing in place. Let's get started on this. Let's build a simple POC of this stuff, okay? So what is the first step? I feel the first step is actually installing Playwright on this project. So I'm gonna go here into Safari, and I'm gonna type playwright.dev. I'm gonna move here to the documentation, installation, and simply type npm init playwright arroba latest. Bam, bam, boom. This will do exactly what it did yesterday. So I'm gonna choose JavaScript. I'm gonna place my end-to-end tests in the very specific place. You guys need to remember that the end-to-end test that we are going to generate from PHP code will change from user to user. So I was thinking that maybe we create this .temp folder, which is basically a hidden folder that will be temporarily used by our users. And I'm gonna probably have an end-to-end folder inside. So let's do here .temp end-to-end folder. Do we want to use GitHub Actions? I don't. Install Playwright browsers can be done manually. This is something we need to think about, like how exactly people are going to end up having browsers in their laptops. Let's just say yes for now and think about this in the future. Interesting. EAC YM is saying, I prefer a folder called var for temporary files. Do you think var is more common than .temp or just temp? Patrick is saying, there is any chance you can review a PR for pan-PHP that allow multiple DB connections? I'm also looking for maintainers for pan-PHP, so if you guys have very cool ideas for pan-PHP, you can probably be one of the maintainers. Just let me know. How is the music for you all, by the way? Not a big fan of this playlist, so I think I'm gonna change a little bit. I'm gonna go here to music, and I like lo-fi, but somehow today it's not cool. How about this lo-fi hip-hop? Okay, a little bit better. There you go. Hi, Mike PT. Thank you so much for the Prime subscription for 2 months already. Thank you so much for your support. By the way, if you don't know me, chat, my name is Nuno Maduro. I'm a PHP Laravel developer. I simply love what I do, and I'm streaming every single day at 9 p.m., publishing YouTube videos every single day as well on my YouTube channel. If you enjoy my content, feel free to give me a follow, but also, you know, all that cool stuff, like the videos and blah, 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 blah. Thank you for coming, by the way. King is asking, how do you handle documentation? Do you use a tool or type everything out? Today I just use ChatGPT, dude. Like literally, ChatGPT. If I come here, for example, and I say something like write docs about this package, will basically just type everything for me. So just AI at the moment. Oh, Brian, thank you so much for subscribing through Prime. I really appreciate your support, man. Thank you, man. Maybe call it storage. I could do that eventually, indeed. I'm curious about the var naming though. Var meaning in operating systems. Okay, here is the one. var contains variable data files, which includes spool directories and file, administrative logging data, transitioned, and temporary files. So this is probably why you're saying that, right? Interesting. Oh, thank you, Brian. Thank you, though. Really appreciate it. And welcome, man. Yeah, the var name is interesting. I appreciate you mentioning that, okay? But I'm gonna keep the temporary now, the temporary naming for now. I feel like it speaks a little bit more to me. F. Barrento, thank you for subscribing tier 1, man. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. I don't think, though, people will actually end up seeing this. Remember, this is a generated JavaScript files that we are going to place here, basically. You know what I mean? But let's do something really simple now. Let's make sure we can actually run our test suite. So let's type here npx playwright test, literally to run this test suite real quick. So I have already 3 browsers running 6 different tests. Let's also make sure we run this in the single browser at the moment to keep it as simple as possible. So we guys saw yesterday, we have parallel testing built in on Playwright, but something I want to do here is just use Chromium for now. So what I will do here is comment this entire section. All this stuff will potentially have to be dynamic generated based on the user configuration of past. You know what I mean? So potentially at some point we need to come here and allow people to do something like this: past browser or browsers, and just come up with something like Chrome and Firefox or whatever. You know what I mean? This is the kind of deal that we have to do, and this will basically run this given test inside with these 2 different browsers. You know what I mean? Exactly, that's the goal of the POC, really something simple. But yeah, we have Playwright already running with 2 tests passing, which is exactly what we want. Let's make sure we have a PHP class that is able to execute these tests, okay? So I'm gonna go here into my source directory, and I'm gonna create this new file with the name worker, okay? This file with the name worker, its goal will be have an instance of Playwright running and able to run tests, okay? So I'm gonna go to all the way top and type open tag PHP. I'm gonna declare strict types 1 and call this namespace past plugin name. Obviously, here I want to adjust this already to something like past browser. So I'm gonna do that directly on my composer.json and my PSR4 instructions. If you don't know PSR4, it's basically telling PHP that when you look for a class, that class will also respect the naming directory of your following, okay? So this will be browser here as well. So I can now rename every single thing I have here to browser, real simple, bam, bam, boom, just like that. Here the same thing, and here the same thing. And if I type, composer dump, and vendor being passed, this should just at least compile, which is exactly what I want. How about PHP stand, by the way? Are you happy with this? Yes, you are. Pretty cool. So let's go to the worker class and actually name this to browser as well and start coding this particular class right here. Thank you, Dripping Castle. Catch you next time, all right? Christian, I'm building a wrapper of Playwright, which is, you know, something really fun. So let's make this class internal. And also, Yasito, thank you so much for tier 1 subscription, 6 months. I really appreciate your support, dude. Thank you, thank you. So final class worker. And this worker will have something with a name. Let's call this run for now, okay? We need Symfony process to potentially run that node process behind the scenes. So I'm gonna type here, composer requires Symfony process potentially. There we go. Let's just do that. If you don't know Symfony process, it's kind of the standard each time you need to run the process in PHP. I love Symfony process. Have you guys ever used Symfony process in the past? Because it's quite popular. Even if you haven't used directly, you're probably using Symfony process because of other packages. You know what I mean? Oh, GitHub Copilot is huge. Like AI, LLM generated code is just, you know, fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like if you're not using generated code with LLMs, you are literally missing out. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's create our process by typing variable process, which will be a new process from Symfony. The first argument will be, you know, the process itself, which will be at the moment a generic one. So let's just type npx, which one it is exactly? npx playwright test. Bam, bam, boom. Oh, I see that I'm able to also provide the path to the configuration. So potentially we can use this to instruct what exactly is the generated configuration as well. Then we have process run, where we can have literally the output in real time. This should just do it. So if I go, for example, to my example test.php, it may run a browser test. I should be able to just do this. Okay, let's run this. Vendor bin passed. And obviously I have a problem because my given command must be an array, obviously. Okay, I'm going to fix this by simply providing an array here instead of a full string. There we go. How about now? Oh, it's running. It's running. There we go. We have our JavaScript output within our PHP output, which is cool. So I know that Playwright basically have this possibility of outputting the information a little bit differently. So I feel like we want the output on JSON format so we can basically collect the answers and display them on the past way, which is a little bit like this. Yeah, Sato is saying, hi Noon, I'm a big fan of your work since the first moment. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. I wanted to learn from you. I know that you are on Twitch writing code with the community, and I don't hesitate to subscribe. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you for your support, dude. You awesome, man. Rafael is asking, what do I think about the future of junior programmers with all these AI tools generating things? Well, I think that if you are a developer doing very basic things, you're probably doomed, meaning that if your job is literally just doing something simple that can be outsmarted already by AI, you probably, you will face problems finding a job, I would say. But if you are already a software engineer, which is a little bit different, if you solve problems, then you're good. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about. Today, for example, we are literally solving a problem on this live stream, which is porting an existing JavaScript tool to the PHP ecosystem, thinking about DX, about APIs. This is the kind of stuff that AI have problems to do. You know, you actually need a human to solve these problems. You know what I mean? In theory, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to use this stuff within PHP unit itself. So it should just work. Sal, I could indeed use var temp for my temporary files, indeed. Okay, Adrian is telling me that you can use the report.json. Thank you, Adrian. I really appreciate that. So you're saying that in theory, I just have to do this, right? I'm gonna collect the entire output. Can I do get output? I'm gonna type here must run. And finally, DD the entire output. And you guys know what is the best debugger in the world, right? You guys know. So let's just type here GG to literally grab all the output of this. Ooh, so good. Everything on the JSON format right here. So good. Thank you. Exactly what I needed. I don't think so, Adrian. I literally have the entire output right here. So I think I'm chilling. Yeah, I think at the moment we want the output in one go, at least for now. I understand that potentially we have to stream this output, but at least for now, let's keep it stupidly simple and just grab the output on as a JSON format so we can literally, you know, parse these things, at least for now. Okay, what do I have here though? Oh, this is a strong output. Ooh, here we go. So I have this sweets key, which I can use. So obviously will be, let's type here like this. Output equals to this. Output as array, just like that. JSON decode, blah, blah, blah. What I do have within sweets, apparently like the result of my test suite is indeed within that. Okay, exactly what I wanted. What is the exactly result though? Okay, so within specs, if I do this, okay, it's okay basically. A fun one. So basically the real result is within okay. Interesting. So 0 and then okay. So this is like the real output, right? There we go. Do I want to return true or false from here? Probably not, right? But let's create here a folder with the name value objects, and within value objects, let's create something with the name test result. Okay. .php namespace browser value objects. I typically use this folder value objects for any kind of simple classes that I want to put some sort of information inside and make them fully immutable, basically. DevSec, I'm literally porting Playwright to PHP. If you don't know what it is, it's browser testing, browser testing framework. Okay, so final class test result. This looks cool. The only thing I need really is a simple boolean though. At least for now. This will change for so that's why I'm already putting this within a simple class. I'm gonna type here. I'm gonna typically type OK. There we go. I don't need this. I can use this. Exactly. Okay, this should just do it. What is this? Property can be read-only? Oh, yeah. Is this? I'm using PHP 8.2, so I'm not really sure I can do this. Can I? Maybe I can. All right, let's just do it then. Okay, so then I'm going to just do this. There we go. I'm going to create a class as well with the name pending test. So basically, just to explain it a little bit, actually I'm going to keep it simple for now, but then I'm going to need a pending test as well. Okay, this should just do it then. Why are you complaining? Too many messages per line? What do you mean? Oh, I need to instruct PHP Stan about this thing. I'm going to do it later. Okay. So what I will do within this test is type expect browser run okay to be true. This would actually just do it. There we go. Okay, we have our first browser test. I know, it's not doing anything whatsoever, but in theory, if I make this fail, this should just fail as well. Oh, it's timing out, I think. Come on. There we go. Here it's failing. Okay, we have our first browser test. I know, it's not like absolutely crazy, but it's indeed failing, okay? Ben is saying dollar passed on the value object might be a bit nicer than okay. I agree with you. I'm pretty sure that test result will expand in the future to other things, like, because when you are looking at this status right here, we have, you know, obviously passed or not, but also duration. We potentially will have to have access to the errors and why it's not passing, you know what I mean? So all that information is actually quite useful for us, okay? So for example here, my test is failing and I don't have access to why my test is failing. So I need to grab that information and also put on a test result. You know what I mean? Let's work on that. Well, this is not yet a POC, but it's close to a POC, right? We need to actually be able to write a real test, okay? Let's actually work on that right now. So what I'm gonna do is make this pass again, which should just happen if I run this again like this. There we go. So what I will do here is type pending test, okay? This will be declare strict types on top. Once again, namespace will be past browser. All good so far. This will be an internal class, perhaps, not really sure. But what we'll do is that we are going to have a function with the name browse, okay? And this will be a string too. So it allows me to browse to a given URL. Bam, bam, boom, just like that. Okay, this is when the game will actually start. Unbelievable? What do you mean exactly? Franco is saying, Nuno went from, hi, there is an equal tool for this, to let's make a one. Dude, you will be surprised, but I don't know if it's the same thing about you guys, but let me know if it is. I typically understand better a tool if I actually build something around it. It's something stupid, but I'm gonna give you an example. You know, like when AI was coming into the scene, and back in the days, we used to have things like parameters like temperature, you know, all these parameters which you had to configure to actually interact with your prompt AI. And back then, I didn't know what those temperatures or parameters were about. So I literally built like a client around it, like, which today is super popular. Like this OpenAI PHP client has like, yeah, 5,000 GitHub stars in a couple millions, I think, downloads. Yeah, 8 million downloads. So when I built this, literally, the first lines of code, I had no idea what I was doing. You know what I mean? Literally no idea. So in over time, I just start learning a little bit what is an auto-completion with AI, what is like, you know, some of those technical details, which typically you have to deal with AI, you know, assistance, you know, fine-tuning in beats, blah, blah, all that shit. But it works a lot for me, you know, like when I am building things, I'll just learn more about them, basically. Thank you, Mohammed. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you, thank you. Have you guys ever used this package, by the way? OpenAI for PHP? Have you guys ever used this? I've used it a couple of times already. Okay, let's keep moving forward with this. I'm going to create here a private array, which will be empty by default, with the name operations. So this basically will contain all the operations this pending test will do. Okay, the pending operations, and this will basically be a folder at the root level with the name operations as well, one of them being actually browsing. So this will be browse. What is the name they have for this on how is it called? Playwright. Yeah, what is the name they have for browsing, literally? Okay, they call go-to. Do I want to call this go-to? Absolutely not, right? We don't want to call this go-to. Browse is way better, right? What do you guys think? So basically what I'm trying to write here is a method that allows you to visit a given URL. What is the API we should go for this? Like go to or just browse or visit? What do you guys think about this? Adrian is saying visit. However, Barrento is saying open. Anonymous Game Tester is saying visit as well. Interesting. Okay, you guys are saying visit, most of you, because of Dusk. Actually, probably a good idea just to follow that API, right? Okay, let's try to map, like, the methods on this pending test will be the same as Dusk. But the operations folder, which will contain all the simple classes that compile down to JavaScript, the operations folder will contain the underlying methods used on Playwright. So this will be goto, operation goto, okay? Goto.php. So basically, the way I was thinking potentially about this is this operations folder will contain all of the methods of Playwright and how they actually comply. Wait, what? I may have found a bug on PHP Storm, my friends. What is this? Athas is saying goto is reserved on PHP. What do you mean? Oh my god. Oh, I know what this is, dude. This is the most powerful PHP thing in the planet, and nobody uses this. Oh my god. Yeah. So basically allows you to be, if you're, for example, right here, you can jump into the section. Is this still like supported in PHP? It is. PHP 8 right there. It's a PHP classic. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. First time chat. If you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do, and I'm streaming every single day at 9 p.m. Welcome to the live stream. Do you guys want to... I'm going to test this real quick to see what this is about, by the way. I'm going to just copy this. I like to discover stuff with PHP, my friends. You guys know me. Let's go here and type example.php. Just copy paste the entire deal. Oh, I don't think it's support. Oh, it is. Wait, what? Basically, oh my god, the things I discovered, okay? Basically, PHP Storm is telling me that because you are jumping into this section of the program, this echo will never happen. Jesus Christ. The things I discovered in PHP in 2025. Can I do something like this, for example? Can I do like a recursive? wait. I'm gonna type foo and then type foo function, and within this, can I like jump into? Wait, is jump or go to? Is go to? Okay, I'm gonna type go to a or go to beginning. And this is the begin. Can I do this? Is this even like something realistically like possible? Go to as undefined label begin. What do you mean? Do I need to type like A? Oh? Oh, maybe I cannot do this way. What do you guys think? Not in the same scope. Oh, okay. Oh, however, can I do this, for example? Oh, there we go. Infinite loop, I think. I think I got an infinite loop right here. There we go. Dude, I can tell you already. Maybe there is some potential to do some magic on this stuff. You know what I mean? I can already have a vision to use something like this on my Laravel code and come up with some sort of magic to do this stuff. Adrian is saying that Laravel uses the go-to on the retry helper. Oh, it does? Interesting. Yeah, it was out of the function scope. That's why it was not working. That was a good point. No, I can jump up. I'm literally jumping up right now. Kadu Puga, thank you so much for the resubscription. 2 months. I really appreciate, man. Thank you so much for your support. Adrian is saying, or sending me a link of the retry function on Laravel. Let's see that real quick. Oh yeah, literally. Retry in Laravel uses the go-to in PHP. Very interesting. So basically, I'm going to retry until I reach the number, the total number of attempts. Oh, actually, until I reach the number, when this is like lower than 1, basically. Interesting. It's like a while loop, indeed. Yeah, I would solve this problem with a while loop, right? I don't see a reason why we wouldn't do this with a do while, for example. You know what I mean? What's up, Matroy? Welcome to live stream. This IDE is PHP Storm. If you don't know, PHP Storm is literally my favorite editor for PHP development. I pretty much use PHP Storm on all my stuff, and I mean, if you ask anyone from the audience here who is doing PHP, pretty sure they would tell you that PHP Storm is one of the best editors you can get for PHP development. If you don't know PHP, there is also this website called Laracasts, which is, you know, personally, I've learned everything I know from Laracasts, and people from the chat will also tell you that, because it's indeed the best platform to learn PHP development to this day. So anyways, good finding right here. That was a good one. Thank you for this, chat. Okay, so this cannot be called go-to. That's a TLDR of this, or of this story. I'm gonna name this go-to with double O, just to annoy this a little bit. Okay, let's do this like this, go-to. Okay, I know you're not perfect, but does the job. All right, so the go-to will obviously receive as an argument the URL, which is right there. Okay, create an operation instance. Okay, I'm gonna also create a folder with the name contract, so we can have all our interfaces inside. One of those interfaces will be the interface operation, so we can have literally a contract to all of these methods from Playwright. Okay, starts with a PHP function on top, obviously, as usual. Declare strict types equals to 1. You guys know me already. Namespace, past browser contract. Okay, this will be an internal interface and will be just a simple empty plain interface with the name operation. Hopefully over time, this interface will have a method with the name compile. You know what I mean? Like this. And this function will compile down to JavaScript whatever that operation is about. Got you? Got you? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, a past browser operations go to implements operation. Why are you complaining? Because you haven't been imported. That's why. Okay, URL is haven't been used already, which is perfectly fine. But let's go here to our pending test, and let's just increment to the number of operations the go-to. So I'm going to type this operations equals to operations go-to with a given URL. And return this. Now, the final piece of the puzzle would be, once we are done with all the methods, we are going to have a destruct call. So we have learned with Mary a couple of streams ago about the factory pattern. Okay, and the factory pattern always end up calling this build call, right? So let's do that by typing build the test result. Let's do that, yeah? Obviously, the test result comes from the worker itself, so we can type here, new worker. Work could be a good name indeed. Let's type here run. This will receive operations. At the moment, we'll receive nothing at all. Let's just type this to keep it really simple. Okay, let's return this worker run. This for now. We have a building test. Why are you complaining? Of course you are, because this should return self. And finally, I want to avoid calling this build, but first let me show you why I want to avoid this. All right, we have a pending test, which should come from the dis. So I'm going to go to this plugin and have public function browse or visit, right? That's the one we wanted. There we go. Turn new pending test. Let me know if you have any questions. I know this can be a little bit confusing because I'm moving fast. I have to move fast, otherwise I will stay here all night. But let me know if you have any questions on this, okay? Okay, that's done. Auto load. We'll have browse as well. Actually, let's not have a plugin at the moment and only have the browse one. That should be way more than enough. Browse, this will receive URL. and return pending test. Do I want to return a pending test? Yes, I do. I think I do. Yes, I do. Why are you complaining? Parentheses. Oh, I know. Okay, so in theory, after all of this, we can have our first browse. You guys wanted Vesit though, right? Let's fix that real quick. There we go. Okay, so in theory, we can now do this. I'm gonna import this function on top. Function. So. Yes. I know it doesn't make a lot. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it will. Trust me. All right. Does this work? It should, right? So the go-to is literally to map. So the user will never see go-to, okay? I'm literally just mapping behind the scenes all the functions we need from Playwright, okay? One of them is go-to. So go-to will kind of map to Vesit, okay? So our test suite is passing, which is exactly what we want. We kind of need to adjust a little bit this API, and I'm gonna teach you a few tricks you can do here. Agent is saying browser visit whatever. Yeah, we can do that. The way I really want this to be used is this way though. You know what I mean, Adrian? This is exactly what I want to, how I want to build this. Oh, Savian, nice to see you, dude. I'm doing fantastic. Today I'm building a wrapper around Playwright. I'm indeed using Visit, by the way. Okay, the go-to is just behind the scenes. We need to indeed use pack in this project. I'm building a library which will be used for browser testing in PHP. That's what I'm doing today. Thanks for asking. Jake is saying that Visit reminds me of the view router. It does? Indeed, I don't know. I don't use the view router at all, so I don't know. Dan, which setup are you talking about, though? Can you elaborate a little bit? Okay, something I want to avoid, though, is have to call this build at the end, which is a little bit annoying. You know what I mean? So something I can do about this is kind of call the build when you call OK, for example. This is kind of something we can do. So I'm gonna go to this pending test, and when you call, I'm gonna make this, yeah. When you call something, this is kind of magical. I know. So when you call something that does not exist on this pending test, what we are going to do is effectively do this. I'm going to call this build and then chain whatever method are you calling that does not exist on this pending test. Okay, chains any non-existing method to the build result. Okay. And what this will allow me to do, hopefully, there we go, is mixed at the moment, is totally not have to call this build method, because when I call OK, this will effectively take care of that, okay? So if I run vendor bin past, should just work as expected, which it is. Now, even better, something that you might complain about is, oh, but now we don't have like a good auto completion. For example, if I do this, it doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. So something you can do is on this panning test, you tell that this is a mixed in of the test result. So it will also contain all the methods that the test result has. So now, automatically, this should literally allow me to call result OK. It should, at least. Not saying it is, but it should. Let's go here to the panning test, mixed in test result. There we go. Interesting, it's not working though. I need to bust the cache of PHP Storm? Potentially. I need to check this out. Adrian is saying wrong import. Where exactly? Okay. Oh, you guys are so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's indeed that. It's a wrong import. Dude, I'm so... Like, in Amsterdam, I won't lie. In Amsterdam, I have drink a little bit of alcohol, okay? But at home, I cannot remember the last time I had a beer. Like, literally, since I have started to stream, I have absolutely stopped drinking at home, which is absolutely awesome. Feels so good. In the mug returns, I know. It's a wife mug, man. I cannot do anything, you know? Yeah, man, we need, you know, two things we need always to do. You guys know, go to sports every single day. Every single day you go out and you walk at least a bunch, you know, and you don't drink at home. I feel it's fine if you have a beer with friends when you go out, you know. I had beers in Amsterdam, I won't lie. You know, I was with my buddies having a good time. But there is absolutely no reason to have alcohol at home, you know. So I want to avoid that as much as possible. Oh, that's cool to hear, Adrian. So let's fix this import on top, by the way, okay? So I'm gonna remove it and re-import this test result, and hopefully comes from my past new package, okay? So now it should be good though. And it is. Yeah, there we go. So we have literally good auto completion now. So I can do this to get the test result, you know what I mean? Nice, nice, nice. Retry is asking, what is the advantages of this specific wrapper we are building over something like Laravel Dusk? That's a great question. Actually, Taylor asked me like yesterday, you know, how this new playwright is compared with Dusk. And the real answer is Dusk engine is a little bit outdated, you know. It uses the Google driver PHP package, which it's just outdated, okay? If you use something like Playwright, you have basically parallel testing built in, is way more reliable, you have multiple browsers you can run your tests on, you have a UI to see the diff. So basically yesterday I've made a full video about this Playwright package. I'm gonna send it to you so you can see. Yeah, I mean, the problem is not Dusk. Dusk's API, it's awesome. It's just a little bit outdated. That's just the reality, you know? I mean, it was already outdated when compared with Cypress. But Playwright is another level, you know? It's totally a different level. I'm very excited about this package, by the way. I feel like if we manage to do something that actually is really cool, I have the potential of going to this to Laracon US, and I feel like the community will love this, okay? Exactly. I want to have also good integration with inertia. You know what I mean? Potentially access to the React state in real time. Potentially integrate well with inertia to see, you know, some of those inertia props and things like that. I think it will be awesome. João is asking, can you explain value object for dummies? Absolutely. So, first of all, the concept of value objects, it might change over the explanation, basically. I'm going to tell you how I use value objects, okay? So sometimes in PHP, you don't have like structs, or basically a way of defining a type that is a little bit more than an integer or a little bit more than a string, Okay, so typically when I have these types like a test result which will navigate it through my system, I don't want to send this. I don't want to send that information over a simple array. Okay, so what I do when that happens is that I create this folder with the name value objects, and I have my simple classes inside. Typically, the only rules I follow about my value objects is that they need to be fully immutable, so they cannot change. You know what I mean? So they can safely navigate through my system without any problems. I hope this explanation was okay. Dan is asking, wouldn't that be an enum? Potentially. However, enums only support one simple condition and outcome, and my test result will have way more than that, including the information about the error. So potentially here I will have stuff like past will be the outcome, but then I have an array with errors. These errors will also be a value object as well, collection, but I will have like a duration as well, this sort of things, you know what I mean? Let's actually already rename this to past. Let's make okay at the moment, actually. Like a DTO indeed, yeah. I don't like the name DTO though, for some reason, but yeah, a little bit. You can see it as a DTO indeed. Will this be usable for scrapping? Potentially. I think there is a high chance. All right, let's continue. We have a good POC already, but I want to push this a little bit further by effectively allowing me to customize the given test. Okay? So let's indeed rename this shit. I don't like the go-to. All right, fuck it. Let's name this visit. Okay, visit the given URL. So this is already working. Are we okay with the API though? Visit this and hope the result will be okay. Let's build one more operation though. Let's build the operation of actually seeing something when you visit stuff. So if I go to the playwright, okay, we have this expect the to have title. Do we want to use this? Yeah, let's use this one, okay? So to have title playwright. Yeah, let's use this one. Let's go here, operations, and type have title, .php. Oh, this will be though a to have title like this. Will be also an operation and will receive a given title. Okay. And the test result or the pending test will have a new method with a name, to have title, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, ChatGPT. Easy peasy. Okay. This should be enough. So if I go to my test, I can do something like to have title. There we go. And let's use actually what is on the given test. Temp. There we go. Let's use playwright.dev. There we go. Let's use to have title playwright. Okay. This should be enough. Obviously, it's still passing because our test, like the information we are providing here, is not actually being translated in sand to the real JavaScript test. So if I do something like this, I will still have my test suite passing, which it shouldn't. Hi Cam, nice to see you, dude. How you doing? Domingo's asking, when are you having lives in PT? I don't know, sometime soon. I want to discuss with a few PHP developers which I'm a big fan of, Portuguese PHP developers. I want to discuss with Vinicio Diaz, but also with Diana Arnos. I want to have them on my live stream and have a discussion with them, potentially about what are their thoughts about the latest versions of PHP. So my Portuguese channel is actually my third channel. So I have 3 channels at the moment, okay? So I have this, yeah, there you go. So I have my main channel, which is this one. the one you are watching from YouTube at the moment. I have the channel number 2, which is basically for non-relevant content, like stupid stuff, basically. And YouTube 3, which will be for my Portuguese content. To be fair, chat, I think the perfect outcome will be just this, basically. So I think the destruct or the build will actually do that behind the scenes. So let's do that. So instead of having, just to explain a little bit, I want to make sure I don't move fast that you guys can follow. So instead of doing something like this, I want to make sure that this is done behind the scenes. So the user just have to do this, okay? So on the build, something I will do is that I'm going to run get the result, just like that, and do this expect behind the scenes. Okay, as simple as this. Why are you complaining though? PHP stand. Oh, I don't want to return anything. That's why. There we go. Ooh, now it's not even working. Why is that, my friends? All right, chat, I need help. Why wouldn't this... Wait, do you even come here? You don't. Interesting. So I do the 2F title. Oh, I know why. We never end up calling anything. That's why. Interesting. So we don't even need this anymore. Right? That's true. We can remove this at all. But we do need a destruct on this. Don't you guys think? How many of you know what is the destruct function in PHP? I think I have done a couple of live streams telling you what is a destruct function in PHP. So if you know what destruct is about, say yes. If you don't, say no. Ooh, a bunch of experts here, I see. Not array destruct, the little class destruct method on classes. So we have a bunch of yeses, but we also have a bunch of nos. So kind of 50-50, okay? All right, I'm gonna explain you. In theory, to have my test kind of doing anything whatsoever, I would have to do something like build at the end. Now this sucks a little bit, right? Nobody wants to call this build method at the end. It's the most annoying thing on the planet. So what we can do is call this for the users. So what we are going to do is the following. I'm gonna instruct PHP that when I'm done calling methods on this and you are about to do the variable cleanup, make sure you call this very magical method on the class instance itself with a name destruct. Okay, as simple as this. Now this destruct method will be called by the garbage collector of PHP, a very important piece of software within PHP itself to make sure we have always clean memory on PHP programs. Now what this typically should be used for is indeed for doing cleanups. But you guys know me, I'm a magician of PHP. So what I will do is that I'm going to tell PHP, wait a second, before doing any sort of cleanup, just to build this stuff and make sure the tests are okay, my friend. All right? So I'm going to call here ends the chain and builds the test result. All right? So in theory, on theory, instead of having this build at the end, the only thing I have to do is remove the build. And now I'm going to run vendor passed and I should have a passing test read. Let's go. Kind of cool, right? What do you guys feel about this? Kind of sexy. We don't have to call that thing behind the scenes. Alright, Wamer is saying that before destroy is a better name. Potentially it is indeed. It is dope, I agree, man. I love PHP because of this stuff. All right, final step. Make sure we actually compile this to our example spec.js. Let's rename this to runtime spec, which is something that indeed will be compiled in runtime spec. I can indeed just run vendor bin past and it's working, but I need to compile that to the runtime spec. So what I will do here is the following. I'm going to create a new file, and this file will have the name compiler. We are going to use this particular class to effectively translate any sort of operations we do have in PHP to regular JavaScript code. Okay, so I'm going to type here declare street types on top, the usual stuff, namespace, past browser, but also this will be a final class compiler. There we go. I don't know, why would you do that, ChatGPT? Why would you do that? There you go. Way better. All right. So internal, and this compiler will receive a bunch of operations. So let's type public function with the name array of operations, like that, and will effectively, I'll put all these 2f titles, these visits, into a single JavaScript file, which will be placed at runtime.spec.js, okay? So this will be, we can instruct PHP stand about this situation, that this will be indeed an array of operations. I can do that by saying that the key is an integer and the given array will contain values, which are operations, just like that, okay? Bam, bam, boom, done. So once we have these operations, we need to compile the operations to that given file. Let's keep it super stupidly simple by, first of all, have access to the compile directory. So I'm going to just type here private const. Can I do const string? I think this is possible with PHP, right? Private string const or whatever. Can you guys let me know? I think I can type constances now in PHP, right? Can I do this? Ooh. Oh, only allow it after PHP 8.3. This package is still PHP 8.2. Okay, gotcha. Path to the tests. So this would be... What are we? So this would be... one directory down. Yes, and then... .temp... end to end. This should be enough. Actually, let's just type the entire thing. Runtime.spec.js, just like that. And finally, for each one of the operations, we compile those operations and we join them with a new line, and we put that content on that runtime.spec.js. This looks sexy as fuck. Okay. We do need to implement the compile method in each one of those operations, though, so we need to do that. Agent is saying build should be named compile, as you're already calling it that. Probably. I'm going to wait for your pull request on that. You guys don't forget, this code right here will be fully open source, okay? Fully open source. And I'm going to give you a magic tip, okay? The structure today will be already in place to grow, okay? So the only thing you have to do, for example, if you want to do anything to be first-time open source contributor or just be, helpful building this package all together, it's literally come here, grab a method, and just create a new class with a name, with just mapping the methods we have in the playwright, okay? So for example, if you want to do something like click, you literally have to create a click class right here and just go all the way down and tell what that class compiles to. You know what I mean? So for example, let's start with the visit one, okay? So we know the class visit will compile to, if we go here, this will compile to this little thing right here, okay? Let's type this, await page go to, and let's do this as sprintf. Can I do this? No, I wanna probably do an sprintf. Come on, ChatGPT, please. There we go, exactly what I wanted. Yes. So for example, this one right here, it's like mapping right here. So we have visit, which will compile to this. So you just have to literally do a simple class like this and add it to this project. Super simple, okay? Ooh, great question. Nevada is asking, what does this means on the context of past tests? Basically means the object or the current test bound to the given closure. So I don't know if you guys know, but in past PHP, this is literally a PHP unit test behind the scenes. So if I were to var dump, for example, this will map to a test case in PHP unit, like a regular class test case. So this have access to the assert true, all those cool things on PHP unit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that being said, this is a perfect opportunity for many of you to actually start contributing, okay? I'm gonna send you the repo, which is still empty, but hopefully tonight we'll be, start receiving some cool contributions from you all. There we go. Oh, thank you, Adrian. I was about to literally publish a link. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, that being said, so we have done the visit. This looks okay. Let's do now the 2F title, which should be kind of similar if I remember correctly. Let's go here to the... So I need to do this for the title, right? Yeah. Bam, bam, boom. Just like that. As printf, let's just instruct ChatGPT real quick. There we go. There we go. Expect page to have title, the given title. That's it. Bam, bam, boom. Super easy, my friends. Okay, this should be just perfect. This is exactly what we need. Exactly what we need, okay? Yes, 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 yes. We have Pint that adds all of this for us. We didn't have configured Pint yet, but we are going to do this in the future. So Pint adds like read-only, final classes, all the stuff we love, okay? So we have visit into have title. Finally, we can go to the compiler and add this compile method to the contract. So we obviously have this interface operation, which allows you to define what exactly the methods our operation should have. One of them is the compile method, which is the method we just created. And we can explain that this compiles the operation to JavaScript code, okay? So the compiler will receive that, and hopefully, if I dd this, let's just call this somewhere first. Let's go to the worker. Do I want to do this on the worker? Probably not. Pending test potentially. Yes, 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 yes. The build will have a compiler just like that. New compiler. This won't live this way though. This will be done through dependency injection, but for now, let's keep it simple. And let's actually compile. There we go. At this point, I should be able to already see I should already see like the contents of my DD. Let's run this. And you guys know what is the best debugger. You guys know, right? Sven, how you doing, dude? First time chat. If you don't know me, my name is Nunu, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do. If you like my content, feel free to give me a follow on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you, thank you. I don't know a package for generating PDFs. I actually never had the need. Apologize about that. GKO, how you doing, dude? I'm doing fantastic. How you doing yourself? I typically default to use final and read-only classes all the time when I need basically that my objects do not be immutable. I don't use read-only. That's why. So the page comes from Playwright itself. So for example, if we go here, the page comes from this on Playwright, okay? So in our JavaScript file, we are going to have all of that basically, okay? Let's actually do that right now. I'm gonna copy this, and on my compiler, something I will have to do is literally this. Why are you complaining a bunch though? There we go. So this will be the contents of my test. I'm gonna just smash the content inside. There we go. Do we need this? Yes, we do. Oh boy, we don't have collections here. What you guys are doing, my friends? This will be array map. And this will receive as a first argument. Dudes, I don't know about you guys, but I never know what comes first on array maps. Like, I literally have this question all the time when I'm working with array maps. I never know what comes first, if it's the array or the actual closure. That's crazy. Seems to be the closure though, so let's try that first. Static function with the operation itself. Let's make this a regular short closure though. There we go. Oops, at the end. Oh my god, what's happening with... Oh my god. All right, this should be enough. We do need to join them with... how do I do a join? Is implode, explode, implode? Is implode, yeah. What comes first on the implode? You know, I never know, literally. Okay, it seems that the separated comes first. The separated will be a new line. There we go. And then is the function, the array, I mean. There we go, like that. Okay, this should just work, I think. Adrian is saying, use name with parameters. I could do that indeed. How you doing, Norific? Nice to see you, dude. Loki is saying, same with array search and other ones. Yeah, I never know. I never know. Adrian is saying, use PHP EOL. I find problems with that. I can't remember when, but I just know that I shouldn't use that, basically. Rafael is asking, if I have my project in Laravel, do you recommend running tests first and then writing the code? What if I don't have tests and writing them takes ages? I have a couple of live streams and content around writing tests for my Laravel applications. What I can tell you about tests is that if you feel that writing tests takes ages, that probably means that you are not still shaped or ready yet to have your workflow being around tests. I can promise you though that once you shape your own brain to work with tests only and all the time, you will just love it and you will never know how to work differently in the future. Okay, so that being said, if you have an existing test, start with smoke testing, like testing just if the pages are returning 200, something really simple. If you are starting from scratch, go all in unit testing, feature testing, smoke testing, and in the future, hopefully, browser testing, if this thing actually works. Victor is saying array map should be the most visited array function in PHP. For real, dude. You're welcome, Rafael. Thanks for asking, though. Really appreciate that. Why static function? Literally to not bind the this to the dude, just ignore that, to be honest, you know. It's not really important, but what it does is basically it does not bind the this to the array map. Kind of, it's an optimization which doesn't really matter, basically. So just ignore that, to be honest. It's a micro optimization. I'm doing fantastic, Coffee Leaves. Thanks for asking, man. How you doing yourself? Doing okay? So we have content, we generate the thing, blah, 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 blah. What else are we missing? So let's DD the content to see if it even makes sense. Actually, let's DD this for now. Ooh, this is sexy, right? This is looking okay. What happens if I do DD the entire thing? Huh? Oh, because I'm DDing the file put contents. Like, why would this return a number? Jesus Christ. There we go. All right, boys, we are very close. Like, we are literally very, 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 very close. Okay. So we put this contents on the given play round, meaning that I can just literally delete this. Let's create here a git keep. If you don't know, git keep allows you to basically keep this folder being versioned forever. Okay. All right, folks. This is the moment of truth. Will this even work? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. I have no idea what's happening. I think it's already failing. It is. Wait. We have a file being created. All right. We have a file being created. It's not perfect, but wait, what? I think it worked because we don't actually have this title. Oh my god! Wait. Oh wait. Let's do the, let's actually search for the playwright title on this. So let's go here into the example. Let's do this. Oh boys, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? Okay, that was close though. Why it's failing though? Okay, this is correct though. Oh, is this because of this crap? Oh, I think it's because of the rejects crap, man. Wait a second. All right, attempt number 2. Attempt number 2 right here. Do I have title? Bam, bam, boom. I think it's because of this rejects crap, man. All right, let's give this another try. Not yet. No tests found. Ooh. Oh, effectively there is a problem here. Playwright? No. Oh my god, we are so close. I can just feel it. Oh, it's this way. Oh my god, I cannot believe that we actually made it. Oh my god, we actually are going to have proper browser testing on the PHP world. Jesus Christ. What is the title of Laravel? How can I see the title of the page using Safari? It's even like visible. Oh, it is. It's this one, Laravel the framework, I think. I have a bunch of pages, so I cannot actually see it. Can I do this? Okay, so let's so this is test number 1. Let's do another test, right? So for example, it may have a title at playwright.dev. It may have a title at Laravel. It is actually working. Mind-blowing. Oh my god. Can I search for Laravel here? If I search for Symfony, does this fail? Okay, wait. We were like probably overreacting. Maybe this will just fail now. No Symfony? Failing, right? Please, yes. Please tell me that you are failing at the moment. There we go. That was awesome, dudes. That was awesome. All right, folks. This is like the perfect ending, okay? There is a bunch of stuff to think about, okay? A bazillion different things to think about, okay? Like, something we have to do, absolutely have to do, is share the Node.js worker behind the scenes. So basically, like, instead of taking 8 seconds or whatever it was taking, like if I do this, instead of taking like 3 seconds or 4 seconds, it actually reuses the same process behind the scenes So it's just super fast, just like Playwright would be, you know what I mean? So reshare the same process behind the scenes, potentially compile a bunch of JavaScript tests at the same time. So there is a bunch to think about, okay? This is a POC, remember that, okay? And because it's a POC, we just publish it and announce it. No, we don't announce it. But we publish it and we wait for people to help out, okay? So this is what I will do. So I won't even check if tests are passing. I won't check like shit at the moment. The only thing I will do is type sure adds work in progress, okay? And you guys are going to help me out, okay? Tomorrow we are going to check the pull requests on this project and probably work with this. Oh, what I'm saying, tomorrow I will have a dinner with my wife. Oh yeah, tomorrow we are probably not live streaming, okay? Dudes, within 2 days is Valentine's Day, okay? So get your ass off the computer and bring your wife to dinner, okay? I'm gonna actually have dinner with my wife tomorrow to kind of compensate a little bit. We don't like to actually go dinner on Valentine's Day because all the restaurants are like fully booked. They have like this insane expensive menu and blah blah blah. But so we actually go out tomorrow. But that being said, not forget, in 2 days is Valentine's Day. So you want to surprise your partner a little bit. You know what I mean? Think about that. Agent is saying I have my Laravel meetup tomorrow. This is a browser testing library. Oh, wife? It's my wife, yeah. What is wife? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you actually being serious? What do you mean? So basically that, yeah, I mean, undeniably this probably should fail, but that's a regex expression. It contains Laravel in the title, okay? All right, folks, I'm gonna give you the repo so you guys can help me out with this, okay? But we made amazing progress today. That was a very good job. We have a POC ready in place for plugin browser testing, and you guys are going to help me out with this. There we go, okay? So tomorrow I won't be live streaming because I will be out with my family, with my partner. We are going out for dinner. But hopefully after tomorrow and, you know, weekend or Monday, I will have to check. We continue with the live streams. And probably I will continue to work on this project because it does, you know, this is very promising. There is a bunch of architectural decisions we have to think a little bit regarding make this faster, reusing the node process behind the things. So this is a lot of things to think about. Okay. Evander is saying this is the best moment of the programmer's life. Indeed, man. Exactly, to have title containing potentially. That's right. We can do a bunch of sexy past PHP expectation API stuff right here. By the way, if it's your first time coming to the live stream, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, and I love make my life easier when programming. That's why today I'm building with my current viewership this browser testing framework for past PHP, which potentially will fix browser testing on the PHP world. You can help by going to the repo and make your first time open source contribution if you want to. That would be awesome, man. But yeah, that being said, that was an awesome live stream. I had a bunch of fun. Tomorrow we'll be back with some more content. Do we have anyone to rate today? I think we do, right? Let's see. Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I even doing? Oh, we have Theo as usual every Wednesday, right? You guys are absolutely awesome. I hope you guys are having fun on this project. But yeah, that being said, let's continue to do this on the next live stream. Thank you so much for being so supportive, okay? I really appreciate that. And I love you all. Catch you guys next time, all right? Have a good night. Peace out.